And we are live with the Canadian
Hey,
from the USA, because I noticed the
what's up?
flags and pictures. So we're going to chat about all that and your fighting, street beefs later on in the show. First thing is the food. But first of all, I just wanted you to say hi to the people.
What's up? Hello, how y'all doing? Wherever you're looking or watching this from, it's a blessing.
Blessings. So, as I say, we're starting off with food. So, first of all, have you ever been to the Caribbean?
No, I have not. I'm gonna make it a point to go though. I really
All
want to
right.
go.
So have you got any particular island in mind?
Jamaica,
I
Dominica,
Which
um,
one? Or the actual, not the Republic, Dominica, yeah, yeah, or
no,
the
no,
Dominican.
just like the Dominica.
All right. That's where my mom's from.
Oh, really? My best friend is from there.
Wow, wow. Cool. It's
Yeah.
meant to. I've never been. Can you believe? I've never been, but it's meant to be beautiful, beautiful.
Man, my friend says it's mad beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Trinidad and Tobago too. Togo.
Yeah, you got to
And
check out the carnival, dude.
yes, that's man. I need to go to Carnival. I need to go to Carnival.
Trust me, it'll blow your mind. Okay, so what Caribbean dishes would you have had where you are, or anywhere in the US or anywhere in the world?
All right, so I gotta take it to step one, or where the beginning was. I grew up in St. Louis, Missouri. That's like the middle of the map. So not a lot of Caribbean influence, but there's some. We got like three Caribbean restaurants total. The Palm Tree, Me Hungry, and Erie Eats, right? So
And that's right in the city, yeah, the center.
yeah, that's right in the city. They're all like spread out different parts of the city. Me Hungry is by me, which I'm in the if anybody from St. Louis is watching this north side, um, it's in the hood. It's by me, right? They would have like a food truck and they would just be, grilling jerk all day long. First dish I ever had was jerk chicken, rice and peas, and some hush puppies. Fire. Fire,
Uh,
fire, 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 man. It put me on. It put me on to so much.
and it's so
Um,
different that jerk chicken taste, isn't it?
fire.
To like normal chicken or baked chicken or fried. It's so different, got the uniqueness about it, and you just want
Best
more.
chicken I've ever had. Best chicken I ever had.
Yeah.
Simply put, best chicken I ever had.
All right.
But
So there's only three places.
only three. When I moved out here on the West Coast, I'm in Linwood, Washington now, and I've had some uh, I've had some Jamaican food since I've been out here. Actually, some authentic.
Right. Okay. Okay. So apart from the jerk, what other dishes might you have tried?
I've tried jerk nachos, oxtails. Um, I've tried fufu, aki, and um,
Aki
aki
and saltfish. Yeah.
and saltfish. Aki and saltfish. That's yes, sir. I've tried glazadas, um,
I don't know what that is.
so banana chips.
All right. Right. Have you tried like any roti?
No.
That's like a it would be like curry chicken or curry beef or curry
Oh
potato.
yeah, I've tried curry chicken, curry goat before.
Right. Right. Okay. And have you ever experienced any Caribbean dishes outside of any other state in America?
Outside of Washington or Missouri, no.
Right.
Well,
Then
it's Los Angeles. Los Angeles. I tried.
okay.
There's a Jamaican spot. My best friend, he's from the Dominica. Like we were saying earlier, he put me on to a Jamaican spot in LA, and it was cool.
Nice, nice. All right. So, um, what if you had to describe your favorite Caribbean dish? I presume it might be the jerk.
No, no,
Ah, I was
no,
wrong.
not Ikea and saltfish. Ikea and saltfish.
Yeah, yeah.
The
I used to in the mornings. I like a bit of pepper, so a bit of pepper and dumplings.
Yo, she gave me the Ikea and saltfish with the fried dumpling. Man, I was in heaven. I was in heaven.
Yeah, we unfortunately in Trinidad, we don't really we get jerk chicken over here, but I don't really see ackee and saltfish that much. Trinidadians, I don't think they really go for it, and because Trinidadians love meat, and because ackee is like a plant, Trinidadians prefer meat over plant any day. I don't know, they love their beef, they love it, right? So yeah, and there's Jamaicans have got a thing called bun and cheese, which is like a dark brown bun. It's like a cake, man. But when you eat that with the cheese, or you can even eat it on its own with a bit of butter. Hey, and again, I can't get that over here. So certain things I'm craving for. So this conversation about things like ackee and saltfish making my mouth water. Boy, yeah,
I was lucky to have some, man. I met a Jamaican woman, and she told me, I'm gonna make you some real Jamaican. I was like, all right. Man, I wanted to try. I want to go to Trinidad and Tobago. I really want to try it. I've met a woman from Trinidad and Tobago, and it's needless to say, I love. God bless Trinidad and
yeah,
Tobago.
yeah. We got some beautiful women. And just to say, it's Tobago. Yeah,
Tobago.
it's
I'm
Donald
sorry,
Trump
it's
who got
Tobago.
to say Tobago. No, it's yeah.
That was American of me.
But
Tobago.
if I was to ask you, what is the national dish of the USA? What would you say it is?
I would say the USA isn't unified enough to have one. But if
All
I
right.
had to say one, I would say what is are we talking about white America too?
Just, I mean, personally, I would have thought it was a hamburger.
That's what I was going to say, but I'm
Yeah,
thinking like if we really talking culture, if we talking about our people, then nah.
but that wouldn't be an American. Like, for example, pizza. Pizza's not American. Pizza's Italian. You know.
Yeah, Italian.
But what else is popular over there? Like, all right, you can say fried chicken is sort of like an international dish as well. But again, I really sort,
Yeah. It's
that's
really
American.
just the way. It's really just the preparation, really.
But yeah, yeah. All
We
right.
got our food is really. I don't know. We got like an obsession with cheese for some reason. An obsession with cheese and an obsession with like making everything uh needlessly spicy and supersized.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything has to be triple XL with cheese and hot sauce.
Yeah, I noticed because I've been to America a couple of times, and boy, they really do eat bad. And like the plate is like majority meat, majority
Mhm.
meat, and
Yeah.
that I've it's like as I getting older and thing, I cut down a lot on meat. It's mostly vegetables and meat occasionally, and if I do, it's not that much,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, we're gonna get into talking about you street beefs and your fighting. But as we're on the topic about food,
Hey, that's
let's
the best topic. Food.
let's talk a bit about diet as well, because
Yeah.
like being a fighter, what like how different is your diet from like when you're not training to when you're training for a fight, or do you generally just eat well right through?
This is actually a really good it's really good you say that. Um I'm known for um having a strict diet and also being undisciplined in my diet. When I'm fighting usually, um, and we'll say when I'm disciplined, I only eat chicken and rice and fish. and greens, any greens, except for iceberg lettuce. I try to I try to incorporate Dr. Sebi's cell food into my diet as much as I can while still like, eating meat, of course, and
Doctor
um
who?
Dr. Sebi.
Dr. Sebi. Presume he's like a famous dietitian or nutritionalist or something, yeah?
Yes, from I believe he I don't want to get it wrong, man, cuz he's a Caribbean staple.
Yeah.
But
I'm going to research it and put the info on the screen.
I think he's from a Caribbean I think he's not from the Bahamas. Um or is he from the Bahamas? I think he's a Bahamian. I'm not totally I can't remember off top because you gotta do your own schooling here in the US. They don't teach you nothing. But I try to incorporate a lot of greens, a lot of natural foods, a lot of natural nuts into my diet. And meat wise, the US is really big on pork. I try to stay. I'm Muslim, so I don't eat pork. And I'm newly converted, so before I converted, I still didn't eat pork because um, when you see how the U.S. Prepares their food and how their obsession with the pig is, it's like I don't know,
Yeah.
fam. I'm cool. Um, Regularly though, lately, in my undisciplined aspects, I've been eating. I've been like staying on that same tip, but it's not like it's not what you eat; it's the volume in which you eat it. So I would normally eat 5 6 times a day. Instead, now I eat probably three, maybe,
All right.
maybe.
Okay.
I wait. I have a big breakfast. I wait until I'm actually getting hungry again, and like when the stomach starts rumbling, and then I'll eat again. I'll eat big then, and then I'll do that again right before bed.
So
So
what
I space it out to 3 times.
you find you're eating the same amount spaced out over three times, or are you eating less spaced out over three times?
Less. The
Right.
breakfast is the biggest, and I won't. Sometimes I won't start breakfast until noon. Um, Lunch will be around 5, maybe 7, and it's still a bigger portion, but it's a little smaller. And before bed is the smallest portion I eat.
Okay. So when you're not cooking for yourself and things, and you have to go out, and we're not talking about Caribbean food, we're talking about any food. What do you tend to get out on there on the streets?
Halal. I tend to get Indian street food. I tend to go for Mediterranean food or Caribbean food. I try to be diverse in what I eat. I stay away from fast food as much as I possibly can.
Fry food stuff, yeah.
Yeah, like the U the U.S. like a McDonald's in London, England, it's way different than the McDonald's here in the U.S. And the only reason for that is preparation guidelines. That's to me that's like a clear indication to stay away from fast food here in the U.S. So
I didn't know that.
wherever I go, I eat foreign. If it's not American, I'll eat it.
Okay, okay. All right, so let's get into the real nitty gritty
Let's get it.
fighting. Yeah, man. All right, so what, first of all, because like to be a fighter, you've got to be, to me anyway, it's my train of thought, you've got to be a different kind of person. Yeah, like you've got to have it in your blood from small, maybe, um, and that want to get in the ring to hit someone and take hits, you know? What made you want to be a fighter?
I was bad at sports growing up. I was probably a buck 30, real skinny, real slight. You could see my ribs through the shirt. Everybody played a sport, and in the city, in the city, right? The section of the city where I'm from, if you don't play a sport or if you don't do, something of that nature, then there's no real use for you, right? So I had be an athlete or be a nerd. I chose being a nerd. Um, but I was getting picked on all the time. So my cousin, who actually gave me the idea to name myself the Canadian, he told me, "Yo, man, you should get into boxing or something. You're always getting bullied. You can't play basketball. You suck at football. So, you should try something." And back then, I was into um, he introduced me into sports. I used to not like sports at all. We would watch UFC, boxing and whatnot, and I got into a backyard fight league in St. Louis. Um, I was getting beat up. I was, all I knew how to do was wrestle. That's all I knew how to do. And because my neighbor was a Marine.
So what? So that backyard thing, that was MMA or boxing?
That which one?
You said you was in a backyard fight
Yeah,
thing.
it was MMA.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, I went 33-22 with one draw. I was in there. I was in there getting it, man.
That's
Um,
a man.
Yo,
Wow.
we was in there getting it in. Everyone thought there's a lot of colorism in America, right? As I'm sure you know. So my fellow people, they would make me do a lot, because I'm lighter. I'm lighter complexion. Um, a few months after one of my fights in the backyard, it's winter. I'm going to the store, and it's a really bad winter. It's blizzard, right? The streets iced. Three dogs come out of nowhere, middle of the street, come right for me. I didn't have nothing but a little, those cap guns that just have like the gunpowder. They just make a
All right.
sound. I had one of those, and I was like, I was like, oh wait, this doesn't work. Threw the gun, and I was running. I fell, right? And I'm thinking, okay, these dogs are just going to bite me. It's whatever. Um, One of my neighbors, not the Marine, another one. One of my neighbors saves my life. Literally saves my life. Dry Gets the dogs away from me. He says he's a boxing coach. He's like, yo, if you want to thank me, just come to boxing practice. I've seen you scrap in your backyard a couple times after school. Come to boxing practice. I wasn't going to do it. I was scared. My cousin was like, go do it. I did it. And that was in 2012. And I started fighting amateur boxing. I I took like 6 to 8 months, and then I was fighting. I went like 4-1. I won a welterweight title in my second fight, defended it, and 2014 I stopped to go to school because got to get in the books. And then fast forward to 2019, I learned judo, wrestling. I learned African uh, martial art, kiparu jitsu. I I had polished my boxing, and I meet Scarface from Streetbeefs, and then boom, the journey begins. It's
Cool.
crazy.
Cool. Yeah, man. So, all right. So, when did you actually join Scarface? How long?
August, I believe, August or June 2019, and I was
Right.
supposed to fight in September of that. I was supposed to fight in August 2019 and then September, but I had messed up my hand training. I broke my I messed up. I fractured my thumb sparring. I broke my thumb off on somebody's jaw, so I was out. Came back from injury and fucked my foot up. My bad for the language. I messed my foot up. Um, kicking, kicking my same sparring partner. I kicked him in the arm. Man, sprained my foot, so I was injured, and I didn't get to fight until December 2019. Scarface flew me out to Virginia. I was like, man, I don't know. I keep getting injured. He's like, man, come on. And I went out, did my thing.
Cool. Cool. So I want to ask you because, like, you've done both boxing and MMA, and you're a young guy, and you said you watch UFC and things. So you've probably watched all this drama going on with the contract dispute with Nagano and things, right? So
Yeah.
as a young man now getting into the game, and you've been in both worlds, what would you think personally is the quickest route to good money?
Boxing.
Boxing, yeah?
Boxing, without a doubt. UFC, I've man, it's been love hate with the UFC. At first, because it never was a lot of money. You know, it was always like a lot of money if you're living in the 50s, I guess. But it's never a lot of money. I never understood that. Granted, though, boxing isn't a lot of money either. You know, the perception that you'll get a bag from boxing is wrong. You only get a bag from boxing depending on who your opponent is. But as far as like the money though, you can make money quicker doing boxing than you can in the UFC. Because with MMA, that's going to be a lot of times you fight either for free or you'll just be broke. You know, because when the MMA fighters, what they do get paid goes right out the door in medical bills because you have to do that. At least with boxing, you start getting money, you still got to break off. You still got to break people off, you know, manager, you know, and what have you. But you still get a piece for yourself. And depending on how you really, you know, manage your money, use your money, depending on how you network, it's more feasible that you and it's a lot more quick that you can get a big money fight in boxing and then just be able to
Really?
flip your money.
I'm stunned. I must admit, I thought it was the other round. I thought the quickest route to money would have been MMA, and then the route to big money would have been boxing because there's a lot in the bigger fights. There's a lot of money in the bigger fights. But okay, that's
I want to
really,
say
really
I might be wrong. I might be wrong, but in my experience from what I've seen, MMA fighters they're made to look like they get paid a lot, but they don't get paid that much at all. And what they do get paid
as you
is
say,
like,
goes out in bills because like
yeah,
you was injured. The injuries you got was doing MMA, not doing boxing.
yes. Only injuries I've had in boxing was I had a broken jaw. I fought through it. I had a broken a broken toe, but that wasn't boxing related. It just like messed up a boxing fight.
Right.
That's really it. That's really it. Like I got every MMA injury I had, I healed from. But like my broken jaw was the only thing that never like fully healed. I can still click my jaw to this day.
All right. Oh, okay. Wow. Interesting. Interesting. So, I mean, your record is 5-2 currently, yes?
Five
Oh,
and three. I just had a fight Saturday, and I didn't get the win off of points, but it was
right.
fine. It was
Decision.
cool.
Okay. All right. Well, out of this 8 fights that I've seen, or the 7 fights that you've had previously, I've seen 3, and I think it was the first 2 I watched were your 2 losses, which I didn't know. I was just watching the fights, and then the last one I watched, that was an intense one. I think it was against a guy called Mouse in a like a blue shirt. And
Louse Mouse.
right, yeah, that was intense. Both you guys are swinging, man. Both you guys are swinging. But in the other two, I found that they were considerably larger than you. I mean, like the weight difference on paper didn't seem that much, but to me, to the eye, they look much bigger than you, man. And
Yeah.
I suppose, like when you're doing fights like in street beefs, you might not get your exact weight that you're fighting against. But man, those all three fights were heavy. All three fights, I really enjoyed them, man. But
Thank
as I say, that fighter mentality, you've got to go in there in the ring with a guy who's, to me, it looked like he was nearly 15 pounds heavier than you, but like with a guy who's got a bit more weight than you. Um, what's going through your mind right then? And you feel that power because of the way that some of them were swinging. What's going through
Yeah.
your
I've grown used to it. Because you're right, actually. In the three losses, well, not the, well, yeah, in the three losses I've had, all all of them were 15 pounds heavier than me or more.
right?
Um, I'm naturally at my weight and my height. I'm only like 5'7". I would be better suited at 180, 185, maybe 175 even. So, but I fight at 190, 200 while I'm getting down my weight, and I'm at 190 solid. So I'm getting down to 180, but most of the people I do fight are bigger than me, right? So what's going through my head is, okay, I have to. I'm used to this. I've been fighting bigger most of my career, so it's the same. It's like it's a another day in the office. I'm used to it. I think the when I fight people that are my size, like Louse Mouse or Clutch, if you go watch that fight, Pain, even I want to say even Scarface, even though Scarface is a little bigger than me. But when I fight people my size, I have much more success because it's the the weight differential is identical,
Well,
and
yeah,
it's just
you're fighting different. I'm sure
yeah,
if those two bigger guys that I saw, if they were fighting guys of the similar weight to them, they'd be fighting a whole different fight. You
yes,
know?
they fight. They do. They fight differently.
Yeah,
And it's been said if they were my size, the fights would have gone differently.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
people my size can't really hang with me. People my size can't hang with me at all. And now that's part fighter confidence and that's part fact. Uh, you can go see it on YouTube. When they're my size, they don't last. The bigger guys though, they try to impress the weight on me. They try to bully me around until they see I got power. I got big boy power, just not the big boy size, and it makes them respect it. So it winds up being, can I play defense? Can I outbox a person? And my boxing skills do me justice. So I hold my own against the bigger guys in there. But that is too much of a it's always I'm working against the advantage isn't always in my best interest. So I'm moving down weight.
Right.
Those
No,
big guys is huge.
yeah, no, I find it fascinating. So in the street beefs arena,
Hmm.
who have you got your eye on to fight next? But presume there's a champion in your weight class. Have you fought him already, or do you want to fight him? Or,
Um who I so All right, that's like a two-part question. The first answer to your question, who I got in my eyesights next. I'm looking at Brick. I'm not really looking at Bricks. He's too small. But I have a fight a confirmed fight against Hitman um, in May. Now I'm fighting in February. I'm going to be fighting in, uh, I believe March. I don't know how April's going to be. I might just take April off, but I got Hitman in my sights. Somewhere down the line, I'm going to get at Black Panther. Um, but really, what I'm looking forward to is 180. You know, the 180-pound division. Um, there is a champion in that weight class. In the scrapyard, the branch I fight at now, it's my podcast co-host, Viking Warrior. He's the 180-pound boxing king. Um, I actually plan on training with him, so I'm not sure if people from the same gym can fight each other, especially for a title. I'm not sure on that.
Right, right.
Um, Now in Streetbeefs West Coast, the 180-pound boxing guy, I forgot who it was, but I'm pretty sure it's somebody I can beat. And if, I like to find out whether it is or not. So I'm looking at the 180-pound boxing king there too, to, see which one sticks.
So you're looking to get your weight down to be able to fight in that class, the 180 class.
Yes, I'm not scared of the bigger guys. I feel like it's fun, tussling against people who have power. Um, it's a challenge, but constantly fighting against myself is difficult, and it's also difficult keeping this weight up. I'm I tried to bulk up because I was tired of being small and I wanted to be a bigger guy, and now that I'm bulky, I wanna lose the weight but keep the muscle.
Right. Okay. So what do you think? Well, obviously you're only going to know when it happens, but do you think that they're going to have a significant speed advantage over you when you go down to
No,
180? Right,
no.
because you feel you're fast already, yeah?
I'm really fast. I'm fast for so I'm heavy, right? I'm too heavy for my size currently, and I'm still fast. Um, if you if you interview people that have fought me, they'll say I'm quick, I got good footwork, and I hit hard.
Strong.
I believe as I decrease the weight, I get faster, because I'm naturally smaller. So I don't think I'd be taking away much from myself. I think I'd be faster. I got quick hands.
Any advice to a youngster watching this and they want to get into boxing? I mean, like from what you said earlier, I think it's massive. Like about the route between boxing and MMA. It's better to go boxing and healthier as well. You know,
Yes, man.
better on the purse, better on the money, and better on your health. You know, you're not breaking as much things. But what advice would you give to someone watching this about getting into boxing or fight?
Don't do it because of anything other than the fact that you absolutely love doing it and you have to put uh, food on the table or money on the table.
Right.
Um, Fighting isn't something you play, right? It's the only sport you can't play around in. Um, there's a lot of people that come in and out of the sport, boxing or MMA. They're doing it because they're a fan of the sport. They like watching it on TV. They like the spectacle of seeing people in combat, and they want to try their hand at it. They want to try. Um, they want to test themselves to see where, how far they can go, what and whatnot. Um, but as far as making it a career and longevity, boxing should be something you do when you already have the mind to get in there and fight, right? We already have that desperation, that hunger, when you if boxing doesn't save your life, you shouldn't get into it. There are other things to do. If MMA isn't what's going to save your life, don't get into it, because the road to getting money isn't what you think it is. When I boxed Emmy, right? My second fight, I won. My first fight, Golden Gloves, I lost. Second fight, I won a championship. Um, I met Devin Alexander. A he's a professional boxer. He's from St. Louis. He owns bars, black business owner, a great black man. Um, Invited me out to train with him, right? Which is a soft way of saying, not soft like soft, but it's a soft pull of, hey, come over here. We're gonna get you ready, and we're gonna see where things go. I didn't opt to do that because I had a different passion, right? Now, getting to the money, getting to where you're going to make this your career, it's a lot of training, a lot of rent is due. It's a lot of being alone. It's a lot of being in pain, and it's a lot of sacrifice and discipline. And for MMA too, and for MMA, it's even more like, you know, pieced out and strung out, because um, as a boxer or an MMA fighter, you look like that's one time I boxed. I got paid $800 for it, right? I fought for a little small promotion. I fought a guy that was 40 pounds heavier than me, right? I went all 3 rounds with him. Everybody thought he was going to knock me out because he's 40 pounds heavier than me. All 3 rounds. He didn't even knock me down. $800. $800. Now, if I had a corner man, my corner man, a cut man, and a manager, I made $250. If you're an MMA fighter, you're fighting for a promotion, you're gonna get paid $500 to do this. Or actually, not even. Let me not shortchange it. You might get paid $1,500, right, to do a MMA match. You win. You got to pay the manager, right? Because you're gonna have the manager. Um, and if you have people in your corner, that's probably $500 in your pocket. Now, if you're just going alone, cool, you got $1,500, but you probably need that for rent, gym membership. It's a lot of that. It's years of being broke, being hurt, being alone, and feeling like you're not really doing what you should be doing. And if you have a family, 10 times worse.
Right.
If fighting, period, boxing or MMA, isn't something that you have to do because it's what's in your heart, then it's just a hobby for you. Because I know people that take it so seriously. They don't do anything. They're virgins. They're virgins because all they do is go into the gym, eat, sleep, repeat. It's all they do. Every day, every night. They're warriors. They're modern day gladiators. All they do. Train, eat, sleep, repeat.
I mean, you've broken it down so real there, man. I mean, look, with the amount of work and effort, I'm wondering if someone who really wants to get into the sport just through the love and the passion of and of it, they're gonna now think twice after listening to this because that was heavy stuff. I mean, you
Yeah.
broke down the amount of work needed to, and that's real. You did give it some real talk. Yeah.
Fact. Passion is great. Passion is really great. But if it's got to be the right kind of passion, you know, because a lot of people, I see a lot of people in street beefs. They come in, they say, I love the sport, I'm passionate about fighting. They lose, and then they never fight again. And I ask, where's the passion? You know, because to be like, I think passionate gets thrown around a lot. To be passionate, perfect example. I'm an actor and a writer, right? I've wanted to do that since I was a child. Throughout my journey of life, and I haven't had a long journey. I'm only 25, right? So I haven't had a fraction of the experience you might have had, you've had in life. Um, Ever since, but in the 25 years I've been the short 25 years I've been alive, right? I've had opportunities to have a good job, right? Have a good career as a psychologist, have a career as a business owner, a tutor, a teacher, um, working to work as for the VA, to go into the military, to do this, to do that. I'm passionate, you know. 25 years. I've blown through opportunity after opportunity to do something else. And I already have a problem with being disciplined. I already have a problem with being focused. But that's the one thing I can focus on. You
Yes.
know, it's taken me, my acting and writing journey has taken me to from being a straight A student, um, being a shoe-in for a teaching position at a couple of universities. It's taken me from it's taken me to moving across the nation by myself. I moved to Los Angeles in 2020, February, right before this coronavirus hit America really bad. Um, I moved out there with like $1,400. $1,400. 1,000 of that went towards rent. Uh, and then 350 of that went towards, you know, food and bedding and my Uber to the house. So $100 by myself, no family, right? Acting has led me to being homeless in Los Angeles for like 2 whole days. Like I'm not talking about homeless like I'm just in a house and oh I don't have anywhere to stay on couch. It's like walking around LA and I slept on a bus. You
Wow.
know, I I used the bathroom at a where I could find it. You know, I slept on sand watching the waves. Right, acting has taken me, and now I have an agent. Acting has taken me everywhere. Right, from the highs to the lows. I'm still not at the end of my journey. If you're not prepared to go through worse than that as a fighter, then you got to really question your definition of passion. Because if you're really passionate about something, it doesn't matter what the circumstances will be. It only matters what's waiting for you on the other side.
Yeah, I hear that totally, and I hope the viewers do too. Can I ask you because, like, I think you said Street Beefs West Coast, and I've heard Street Beefs and there's Street Beefs Scrapyard. What is the difference between all the Street Beefs?
Location. So you'll hear the OG yard, which is Virginia. That's they all represent a number of states in just like that general region. For the
Ah,
OGR, they largely represent the DMV, which is the District of Columbia, Maryland, Virginia, and the surrounding states around it.
I didn't realize it was so massive.
Yeah, it's huge. It's the first or the second biggest backyard fight platform. I think we're neck and neck with Strelka. Um, the West Coast is California, Nevada, Arizona, and I believe uh, Arizona, Nevada, and
Wow, that's got
somewhere else. I forgot. Scrapyard is Oregon, is Washington first and foremost, and Canada, Oregon, and Idaho.
wow.
It's massive, man. But where the actual events take place, Street Beefs, the OGR is in Virginia. The West Coast is their headquarters is Las Vegas, and Scrapyard, Gig Harbor, Washington. But people from all around come. Like it's really huge. And then we got more branches too. We're doing um, the Dirty South, which is Arkansas, Texas, I believe Mississippi, Oklahoma. They're an upcoming branch, so they're not as big, but they're coming up. And I've been hearing talk about a United Kingdom branch.
Wow, wow, that'd be crazy.
Oh,
What
right.
I've seen that obviously UFC must have millions and millions on their YouTube page, and then to me in the USA, the next biggest organization I'd say is Bellator. I don't know if I'm correct in that. I'm just assuming,
No, yeah, you're right.
but you know, Street Beefs has more YouTube subscribers than Bellator.
Yeah,
They are massive.
massive.
Massive. I only done that when I was researching like watching new fights and another fighter. Wow. It's and what I like about it as well is Scarface. When you watch him on some of the videos, the way he talks, the way he conducts himself, and this term guns down, gloves up, or gloves up, guns down, whichever way around it is, that's a really powerful slogan as well.
Very powerful. Very
Yeah.
powerful.
Yeah.
Uh, Man, Chris is awesome. Scarface is he's awesome. He's a great guy. His
Yeah.
vision is something.
When you said that he flew you to
Yeah,
Street Beefs.
yeah. The man flew. The man paid for a flight and a hotel for me to go to Harrisonburg, Virginia. It was like it's an expensive trip because Harrisonburg is out off of Wyers Cave, and all that is like middle of nowhere, Virginia. Um, and I didn't have the money for it. And um, in Islam, um, in the Quran, it tells us to be generous, right? If we can be, and if we have the means to do something generous, then do it. This man, um, he's Muslim.
Okay.
Um, the
What,
man just
recently
flew me
converted
out,
as well?
huh?
I said, is he recently converted as well?
I think no. I believe he's been Muslim longer than me. I converted I converted late 2021. I'm like freshly converted. I don't know Arabic. I'm still learning Arabic. I'm still reading the Quran and like researching and finding my identity as a Muslim. But he's been Muslim, and he flew me out. That's off of the strength of like his own generosity and the fact that I really wanted to fight. Like, and I was just like, man, I can't. I'm in St. Louis and I'm poor. And the man flew me out, man. He's dude has been like really generous, not just with me, but like mad fighters, like a bunch of times. He's a good guy. He's a
Yeah,
great
you could
guy.
see he commands a lot of respect, man, from the people. And that I mean, it's like a bonded group of people there, like one big family.
One
Yeah.
big community, no cap.
All right. So, what is your next step in fighting? For you, where do you want to go?
For me, I'm fighting in February, scrapyard. Um, losing weight, getting down to 185, and seeing where a lighter weight takes me, because I know what I can do in light heavyweight, but um, I want to see how the term "pick on somebody your own size." I want to pick on somebody my own size instead of somebody bigger than me.
Yeah. I think you're going to tear through that division with the amount of passion and strength you're going to be putting in there, man, and speed. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yo, if you find yourself on YouTube, look up my fight versus Clutch
Right.
and Pain and Arabian Prince. That one was good too. Arabian Prince was like 45 pounds bigger than me.
Ooh,
MMA
45
match.
pounds. MMA.
MMA match. 45 pounds bigger than me. I came out with the win.
Wow. And like just from your, I mean, like you don't hear guys who are like, say, 30 years old with the amount of fights that you've had. Oh, you've been through the wars, kid. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But what I meant is like, what are you looking to do, say, in about, say, 3, 4 years' time, in fighting?
Not fighting.
Right. You
I
want to get
I
into
like
the acting
fighting.
and writing, yeah?
Yeah, that's my passion. So when it comes down to it, I'm gonna do that. But fighting wise, like, you know, it's why I'm here as an athlete. So I want to get out. And a fighter once told me, get out all the, take advantage of your youth, because when it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
And I look at that like, okay, I like fighting. I like physical. Cause I don't just fight. I do, like, ever since I started boxing and doing MMA, I started playing so many other sports. Right, I've played Division 3, Division 2, Division 1 rugby.
A
Um,
rugby, yeah?
yeah, smallest one on my team, smallest guy
Okay.
on my team, the most aggressive one on my team.
Do you prefer that
Point
to
blank,
American football?
rugby's better.
Right.
I find rugby far better than American football, because um, between the pads and the referees, the game is really soft. But with rugby, it's like it's made to look like a savage game, but it's a gentleman's game. It's a boys' game at the end of the day, and you got to have much more technique playing it, like a. Um, don't get me wrong, it takes skill to play football, but American football. But um, one person can affect the whole team.
Yeah.
Even though it's a team game, you can have a bad quarterback but still have um, a great receiver. You can have a bad O line but have a great quarterback. You can have a poor pass rush, but you got a great running back. You know, with rugby, all of you need to be on the same page. All of you need to be good, and there isn't a room for one superstar to just like do his thing. They're going to have their moments, but it's a team effort the entire hour that you're playing. The
Wow.
entire hour you're playing is a team effort, and it's really just who collapses as a team first. So I like rugby more. I've fenced before. I
All right.
fence a lot. I like fencing. I'm a avid fan of fencing, tennis. I'm just now getting into basketball. I'm alright. Um, but yeah, I play a lot of sports. I want to get the most out of my body and out of my life in my young years. Cause once the youth is gone, um,
Yeah.
I want to just I want to be totally just committed to acting and writing.
Right. Right.
Because um, boxing and MMA is great to do if you like doing it, if you're passionate about it. I realize and I recognize I don't want to make a career out of it, and that the point at which I could have made a career out of it, um, it
Well, you
hasn't
don't
come.
have to. You don't have to. You sound like a very, very intelligent guy. So you've got
Yeah,
options. Yeah.
yeah, I
So
got
use them.
options. I got
Yeah.
options. It has the opportunity hasn't passed me by, but there's just more that I want to do, and I feel like it would be. I feel like that lane is that path is that's made for the people that, well, like I said, they're like extremely dedicated. That like that's their life.
Right.
And that could easily be my life, but I was blessed with my mother who raised me to, and I'm not saying that only dumb people fight. I'm not saying that
Yeah.
because there are
Yeah.
a lot of
A lot
fighters
of
are smarter
intelligent
than these
people do it. Yeah.
businessmen. Dana White ain't the smartest person in the UFC. I'll tell you that. But for me, I was just blessed with like the means to have options, and I feel like the people that are like professional that want to do this, they they don't have those options, or they choose not to have those options because fighting is something of a deeper meaning, and to disrespect that, I wouldn't want to do that. I'm passionate about my thing, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
stick to my thing.
So I
I
just want
want
to
to get
ask
all
you.
the most out of it, though. I want to get the most out of this young body.
Yeah, go for it, Star. Go for it, Star. So I just want to ask you, your favorite, over say the last 3, 4 years, your favorite boxer and your favorite MMA guy.
Last 3, 4 years, my favorite boxer was Canelo Alvarez and Gennady Golovkin. They are man, them boys is different. Now my favorite boxer has shifted to oh man, what is this man's name? I believe his name is
What
it's
weight class?
losing me. He's welterweight, I believe. He's Muhammad Ali's grandson.
Oh, okay.
Muhammad Ali's grandson. I forgot Nico Ali. Nico Ali.
Wow.
If you've seen his fights,
No.
he's man. He is
And he's got the royalty blood in him, man.
royalty
Ali.
blood, and you can see
Wow.
it. You can see it. He's a
Yeah.
beast. MMA wise, Francis Ngannou, John Jones, and yeah, I want to say Conor McGregor. I want to say Conor McGregor.
All right.
It's taboo to say Conor McGregor,
Yeah.
but I like men that just go to war like that. I like
Yeah.
that. He
And
finishes war.
I like people who have got the mouth but got the goods to back it up as well. And he definitely had it. He might have lost it a bit because when you make that sort of money, he doesn't really care anymore, you know?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You want to do this, you know, you want to fight, you want to do this as a career. If you're watching this, Conor McGregor was like dedicated, and he was dedicated to it. But dedicated to it because not only was fighting something that he loved, dedicated to it because he wanted to raise his family. Once he got that bag, you see performance declined because it's really about taking care of your family.
Security. Yeah.
The reason why Conor McGregor is rich and where he is at now, and Francis Ngannou is the best at what he's doing now, but isn't paid like McGregor, is because one wanted to put food on mama's table, the other one loves fighting. and that's his thing. If you're not a Francis Ngannou, you're not going to get to the Conor McGregor money.
Right.
And if you're going to do a Conor McGregor, you're not going to get the success of a Francis Ngannou. The best way I can put it.
Cool. So I want to ask you before we round up: is there any any of your sponsors, any one that you want to shout out and give props to?
I would love sponsors. Any sponsors interested in me?
Oh, you haven't got any. I thought you had someone you was going to shout them out. Okay.
Yo, if you're a sponsor, please get at me. Please. I'm a great brand ambassador, but all I got are shout outs for my friends and family.
Go
My
ahead.
little brother, Maurice, he's on YouTube over on I'm Not ND. So go subscribe to him. He does role plays.
You're going to send me all the links, so I'll put them all up as.
I'm gonna send
Yeah.
them all. I got you.
Yeah.
I promise. I'm gonna send them all. I got my friend Maya. She's a black woman. She's a business owner in St. Louis, Missouri. It's Exotic Cleaning LLC. You can contact her for any kind of cleaning you need. That's 47th and Exotic Cleaning Services. Get at Murder Bear Apparel. I sell merch for myself.
All right.
Um,
What do you print
oh.
your own T-shirts and things?
Yeah, I print if all in my fights. When you see my my shirts and whatnot, those are me. Those are me. I work with black designers to, put on to, well, not just black, but minorities. I work with people of color to, make my merch.
Right.
Who else got?
I made this one, yeah, but like the ink I wanted.
Let me see it. Let me see it.
It's like.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Got the chain.
Yeah, it's like a chain, and there's a Tobago. That's our Trinidad and Tobago. That's our sister island. That island is like a paradise. If I want to go somewhere like Antigua or somewhere nice, Tobago, that's our paradise, man. But this ink is water based, right? The better ink to use is plastisol, or that it's really easy to use. But I didn't want to go with the plastic route. This water-based stuff, with the environment, but it's so hard, Dred. It's so hard, and the plastisol is a lot cheaper. But yeah, it's amazing. Just the whole process of printing T-shirts and things. It's fascinating thing. Sorry, really I stopped you. Go ahead. Shout out your.
No, you're good because you're right. It is, man. It's a really fascinating process printing T-shirts. I wanna, SoundCloud for music listeners. Rainy Blue on SoundCloud. Here's to Healing just dropped. Go support her. Go play all of her music. Make it a streaming farm. That's Rainy Blue, RNYBLU. Here's to Healing. That's on SoundCloud. Man, shout out Lamar. Shout out my mother. Shout out everybody, man. I love everybody. I can't think of everybody off top, but y'all know who y'all are. For real.
Blessings. I think we just got someone shouted out to you there. But yeah, thank you so much. You've given the peeps a lot of advice. I've been fascinated by this stream. I'm so glad that you've done it.
I'm glad you had me on. I'm really glad you had me on. I was like, man, you said Caribbean, and I was like, I got to. No cap.
Lovely. So once again, when is your next fight coming up? When can the people watch you?
February 22nd, Streetbeefs Scrapyard. Go subscribe. Subscribe to all that. Do your clicks.
All right. And what I want the viewers to do now is I want everyone to subscribe. What is your Instagram channel?
My Instagram channel is Yeshayau88. You can see it in the description, the caption on Kelly Village TV's caption. Make sure you go to Kelly Village TV.
Yeah, and I've just subscribed now. So I want you to subscribe too. Yeah.
I've been
Yashaha,
subscribed.
you
I
88.
subscribed yesterday.
Yeah. But like you probably saw on the notice, we subscribe actually live on the show and try and get others to subscribe too. So I've just
Oh, that's
subscribed to you.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's tough. Yes, sir. All right.
Cool.
This me right here. It's me, Yeshayahu 88.
All right. Yeah. I think it's the same thing. Yeah. But it's in
Yes,
white. I've got it in
sir.
white. So
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
I'm following now, Star, and you're on Facebook as well and YouTube. So we're gonna put all the links up there. Yeah.
I'm on YouTube too. I'll be posting I'm gonna be posting movie shorts soon. We're in production. We're doing I got a proof of concept right now. It's still, getting edited and whatnot. A lot of projects on the way. I'm gonna be making a lot of video projects. I'll be putting onto my YouTube.
All right. Well, so what are you part of that? What's it? Film Freeway.
What's that?
That's like just check out film as in FILM, Film Freeway, as in highway, but freeway, free. That is one of the biggest sites for people making films and like script writing. I've done a script myself. I was
I
waiting.
saw it on your page. You've written a screenplay.
Yes. But what I'm doing is I'm waiting on, because you could send in your script to anything, Sundance through to all. There's hundreds of thousands of other festivals. So I'm going to send them into most of the free ones, but there's some paid ones that you can get really good prices on if you time it right. So I was going to do it the beginning of this year, but I moved. So I kind of missed it. But like, hopefully I'm going to start in a month or so. I'm going to start uploading. It's a great site to check out, Film Freeway, all different resources. Yeah. I'll put that link up on the screen.
Check it out then, because I'm writing a screenplay right now.
It's fun, isn't it? Just to be able to sit down and just,
it is a journey. It's a great journey.
It's when I was doing it, I was like, wow, I was so wrapped up in it, man, because it's just your own imagination, and like, it's amazing, like when you're thinking how many characters, and then when you finish it, there's way more characters than you originally imagined when you started it, all that kind of stuff, man. It's fascinating. But listen, I'm going to let you go. And again, I want to thank you so much for being on this.
Thank you for having me, man. Thank you for having me.
Personally, I think this was fantastic. I had a wonderful chat. And like, remember, there's going to be this show. We're going to do like all the visuals on top of this show again. So there'll be 2 versions of this show, then a 5-minute version and a 1-minute version as well. For all the quick people who can't take because we've been on like over an hour. And not a lot of
microwaves, you will be serviced. Hey, I'll make sure to share it everywhere. Everybody, please, if you're following me and you are on this watching right now, please go subscribe to Kelly Village TV. We are about uplifting our fellow Black people. Please go subscribe. Please.
Blessings, and thank you once again. You have a wonderful, wonderful day. I think it's nice and early for you. I think it's about 2:30 over here.
It's 10:25. I'm finna and I still got mad stuff to do.
All right, Star. You have a blessed one. You take care.
You too, man. God bless.